Okay, what year did you actually start wrestling?
I started wrestling in 1987, 86. I managed first. So it was 87. Yeah, because 1980. My dad was the booker for Knoxville. Remember, Continental had split, and Robert Fuller, Ron Fuller had opened up Knoxville, and my dad was the booker. And so that was 87. I started managing Bill and the RPMs in 87. So yeah.
Okay, so when did you get with your old buddy there, Warren Wolf?
I got with Wolfie in 1993 as PG-13. But I did the little run with where I was a heel manager against Bill in 89, 90, and 91 in Memphis, where I brought Stone Cold in, and I brought the White Boy in, and I brought Doug Gilbert in. I brought everybody in to beat Bill up, Gaylord and all these dudes just to beat Bill up because everybody knew that I was really a rambunctious, wild little child anyway, because, when you're 4 years old and wrestlers give you dollars to fucking go tell other wrestlers to go fuck themselves and pierce your ear when they get me drunk. My dad, Tommy, got me drunk when I was 4, held ice cubes and pierced my ear. So from that moment on, it was very much so I was going to be an entertainer for sure. And Ricky Morton used to always say, here's $5, go tell Kamala to go fuck himself. Because I spoke Australian and I was a little cross-eyed boy, and I'd say, hey, you, go fuck yourself. And they just thought that was great. So that's when I thought I could do this forever, man.
So, and you got with Wolfie what year?
93. Me and Wolfie actually started wrestling on the outlaw circuits for Dale Mann and for Shelby Adcock and all them against each other. Jamie Dundee versus Wolfie D. But he was the medic back then. And then Chris Champion said, y'all should do that rapping gimmick together. And that's when we put the shorts on and became PG-13.
When did you go to WWF?
Our first time we went to WWF was 1995.
How many times you been there?
We've been there 2 or 3 times there, pal. We got in 95, we got the it was the USWA tag time. That was when they were bringing one guy in every Monday night for Lawler to work with. In Memphis, they were bringing Lex Luger in and Shawn Michaels in, and every Monday night Lawler would beat one of their guys in Memphis. And then he would go to WWF, and so it started. We went there to do Royal Rumble or something, and then we started Monday night. They gave us 3 Monday Night Raws, and we beat the Job Boys twice in a row, and then we wrestled the Smoking Guns for the titles and put them over. That's when Bill Watts was the booker or the agent, whatever, and he's like, Jamie, these guys are too big, but they're fucking idiots. They don't know how to work. They're tag champs. I can't believe it, but y'all got to run this match. So we did the match with the Smoking Guns, put them over, and then went on back to Memphis, and that kind of helped get us over in Memphis.
When you were in WWE, you was in the Nation of Domination?
Yeah.
And The Rock was in that? The Rock was in that?
Yeah, the Rock was in it after we left, when they busted it up. When they busted it up and made all the gangs. Remember, they made a white gang, a black gang, a Mexican gang. Remember, they split it all up because it had a white, a Mexican, and a black.
So you was in there with Ron Simmons,
D'Lo Brown.
Who else?
Crush, Savio Vega.
Yeah.
Savio, Crush, D'Lo. If Savio, Crush, D'Lo, me, Wolfie, and what was the little manager's name? Clarence Mason.
And how did Mr. Simmons treat you?
He loved me. He loved us. He said,
damn,
boy, y'all ride around doing all that cocaine, got rubber dicks laying around in the van. He said, something wrong with you boys. He said, but it reminds me of me and Butch. That's what he said. Me and Butch Reed. He said, we've always had them women riding around doing that cocaine. He said, it just reminds me of me and Butch. He said, but you boys don't care. Y'all don't give a shit. But we had a great deal. Monday Night Raw, and then we could work anywhere we wanted. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we would work for Lawler, and then Friday and Saturday, we'd fly to ECW. And then some Sundays we fly to Smoky Mountain. So we were fucking, it was great. We were making money hand over fist, working in 5 companies. It was great.
Oh, y'all did good then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, James, here's a story. I'm sitting in Puerto Rico one day. Phone rings. Ring, 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 ring. Hello. Dutch. Jamie Dundee. What was your name when you was doing the
JCI?
JCI's baby or whatever.
JCI's baby.
And they were looking for a place to go work.
That's right.
And I said, well.
And Mike Anthony, remember Mike Anthony was coming there. My Tiger Mike Anthony, my brother, he passed away. Remember, he was coming.
Yeah.
Mike was answering. And so we were going to come with Mike. So let us go to work.
So I booked Jamie and Wolfie. So they were going to come down. And I remember I think you guys came in on like a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Yeah, we did. Like in the middle of the week. You
and
the mayor of Knoxville, old Glenn, came and picked us up.
Yep. So Mr. Kane, he was with me. So we went to
pick the mayor of Knoxville. That's crazy.
No, he is the mayor of Knoxville.
I know, that's nuts. Funny
things like guys we used to work with doing all this stuff, and I'm thinking, are we in the Matrix or what? I mean,
right.
If we'd have went to sleep for 20 years and woke up and they said, "Oh yeah, Kane's the mayor of Knoxville," what? What the hell? Are you kidding me?
Wow,
Donald Trump was the president. Get
that
shit out of here.
Are you fucking serious?
So I go and pick Jamie and Wolfie up, and y'all go to my place. Or you go to my place.
Yeah.
And I think you was on a bunch of pills that day because you were talking 900 miles a minute.
Dutch, it was not pills in Puerto Rico. It's cocaine in Puerto Rico.
Well, wait a minute.
Cocaine.
You had just landed.
Oh, but I brought my own.
Oh, okay. That's
go nowhere without cocaine back then. I didn't never go nowhere with it.
And he starts talking. I swear to God, he talked for 30 minutes straight. And Jamie, remember you told me you went to Mexico?
Yeah.
And you got a draw.
Yeah.
And you could get money, and they give you something like 4,000 or 5,000 pesos, and you thought that was so much money.
The stack of money was that big, man. I thought I was rich. It was like $18, 18 American dollars. Looking 150,000 pesos or something. I'm like, oh shit, man, can't even carry it all. It's so much, and it's about $18, some shit like that.
So I forgot. This is like a month later, and you guys had a match on TV. And I thought that you guys weren't vicious enough or took over enough. And I said,
you said guys didn't.
Yeah. And I said, you guys got to go out there and stay on top of them.
Because we're going to work with Mike Anthony and Dobie, the champs. So we got to get out there.
So go out there and get yourself over. So what happened to Wolfie that day? He was drunk anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got super, super drunk. But he said in his defense, he said to everybody in the dressing room, this is what I'm going to do. Should I put Ben Gay in his eye, or should I just take a knife or some shit? He had three choices, and everybody thought Ben Gay was the best choice. so he put Ben Gay in his fingers, and he went to the ring.
I had him against these two guys who I'd had him against the week before.
And said, but they didn't sell for us.
And they didn't sell worth the shit. And I may have said, well, you got to get them to sell. So he went and got a handful of Ben Gay and put it on his hands. And went to the ring. And they got in there, they locked up, and Wolfie bared it in the guy's eyes. Oh, and I'm watching back. I'm going out there.
He was a big guy, Armandito Santiago. He was a big man.
You still remember his name? Armandito Santiago.
I almost got killed over the deal. They came to my room the next morning beating on the door in cop outfits. I remember him forever.
So anyway, when it happened, Wolfie came back and I went, what the F did you do? He said, well, man, I was trying to get him to sell. I said, did you put Ben Gay in his eye? I think he said, oh, was that what it was? Or something. I forgot what he said now.
And Armandito went to the babyface's dressing room, and he got his gun because he was a cop, and he said, I killed a Wolfie. I killed a Wolfie. And remember, then all the police came to the building to protect us, remember? and we're standing in the ring, and I see all these riot gear cops come in, and I told Wolfie, I ain't going to jail in this town. I'm not going to jail, Puerto Rico. Fuck this. So as soon as the match is over, I'm going into the bathroom. I'm trying to bust the window out. I'm going out the window or whatever. I'm not going to prison at the Big Bear in Puerto Rico. That shit is not happening.
So and to tell this story, Jamie, I don't know, you disappeared somewhere. But
Damn right.
they did come looking for Wolfie about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they beating on the hotel door.
And he was already gone.
They said,
If they'd have got him, they'd have hurt him. Yeah.
Oh, they'd have killed him. He said, Amigo Ice, you fight with honor. You protect your partner. You fight like a man. But your partner put something in my eye, and I come to kill the Wolfie. I said, well, Wolfie ain't here, brother. I said, he's having notes. He gone on the airplane. He paid $1,750 to leave today and flew his ass back to America.
And he went to the airport and slept at the airport all night, right?
And flew out right then. Paid $1,750. That girl sent him the money, and he flew out right then. That girl that he flew in there, remember? And she flew him, sent him the money, $1,750 for a one-way ticket from Puerto Rico, from San Juan to Nashville. So if anybody needs to know, you can get one for $1,750 one way at the spur of the drop of a hat.
So what was happened that night was in the stadium show. Yep. And you guys were leaving, and all of a sudden the people started chasing you chased you. You didn't run to the dugout where you should have run. You ran the long
to the dugout, and they were all, you know how they stood on top of the dugout and they threw rocks and piss and all dynamite and whatever the hell they had. I don't even know where these little savages got all this shit. But anyway, they would throw it at you. So me and Wolfie's going to go in the dugout. They're all standing on top. And I said, man, we was a main event, right? So everybody's fixing to leave anyway. I said, where does that go? Wolfie said, there's a gate down there. I said, well, let's go that way. So we took off running down through Bayamon Baseball Stadium in a full sprint. And I just remember the police came running behind us to protect us. And every person in the stand came running behind them. And I said, Wolfie, if you fall, you're dead, bro, because they're going to kick the shit out of us. And we ran all the way down, around outside the thing, through the parking lot, all the way around the building, back in the front door. But we didn't
so I'm sitting in, James, I'm sitting in the dugout, and I see this. I said, where in the F are them two bastards going? Where are they going? So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I heard this big commotion back in the dressing room, and I go up there, and there's Jamie and Wolfie standing there. They had went all the way around the long way and come back in when the fans get when the fans, yeah, and they come in the dressing room door. I said, how in the hell did y'all get here? And they said, well, they were chasing us and we went around. And remember, y'all had those hubcaps that couldn't knock it down, couldn't knock the frog out.
We put them over our head when they throw that shit at you to go. But I mean, we did the screw on Mike at that stadium there. We did the gimmick on Mike, and so them people was hot, man. And they were the whole crowd was on that stand. I was like, shit, man, I'm not letting all them people throw something at me, man. I said, let's go. It worked out well, but it could have been a bad scene because if that door down there wouldn't have opened, or it could have been a bad day, man. Because they were crazy. Remember, they burned up cars and all kind of shit.
Oh yeah, they set one guy's car on fire at some spot show there.
Yeah, what was that? El Bronco. They said
Bronco. Because he was talking about a bunch of Haitians that lived there or something.
Yeah.
And they didn't like him.
Car over and caught it on fire, man.
Yeah, they turned it over and set it on fire. So he went to the town with the car and came. It was towed back and was already burnt up.
Barbecue crisp.
What was
he was working Invader? He was working with Invader too, right? So yeah, talking about the Haitians, right?
Let's go back to the what's his name, Santiago.
Oh yeah, Armadito Santiago.
Okay, remember. Wolfie was, you guys got the ring right before he put that in his eye. Yeah. Wolfie went to punch the guy, and the guy couldn't even see.
Yeah.
And he swung a punch, and the guy didn't even see it. He was just settling the eye, and he pulled back. Wolfie completely missed him and went down.
Yeah, and then he got a hold of Wolfie, and that's when I ran and kicked him in the head and hit him with the cat. That's why he said to me the next day, amigo, you fight with honor. You protect your partner as you should. And I thought, I'm fucking glad. I'm so glad he called that honor. I'm so whatever it was. But I mean, because that dude was a big dude, man. That dude was 300 pounds.
Yeah. But you didn't give a crap, did you?
No, but I just thought, Wolfie didn't do well here, so I better help get this guy off him. And then when we go, then we go back to the dressing room, and then it's like, what the fuck did you do? And do you remember the very next day when Invader says, amigo, can I see you? Can I talk to you in my office? I told Mike Anthony, I ain't going. Yeah, I said, no, I'm not. I said, I'm not going, man. He goes, come on, I'll go with you. I go, you and 5 others, come on, let's all go. So we go in there, and that's when he started telling me about Frank, about Brody, about the things that happened on the island, and he starts crying. He tells me about his son, and I'm like, wow, I didn't fucking sign up for none of this, bro. I didn't sign up for none of this right here. And
why was he? Like, oh. You know, for the people that don't know, this was after Bruiser Brody's death.
Yeah,
why was he? Yeah. Why was he telling you all this stuff?
Well, he called me in there to talk to me what your partner did, and me go, very, very crazy move. You know, lots of things happen on the island, and and then he starts going into his son passed away. His son was murdered or something. Is that correct?
No, his daughter was a baby. She's about 3 months old. She died.
Okay, okay, and then then he said my daughter died, and then the Brody incident happens, and then he said many things happen on this island. Your partner's a very, very crazy man for doing that, and I'm like, look, bro, I don't know nothing about it. Didn't know nothing about it. As a matter of fact, that was him and Dutch. Talk to Dutch about it. I don't know. Bro.
I'm glad. Wait a minute, could I see with my eye?
I spy with my little eye. No, yeah, you can see. You can see. Joe Don Smith can see for you.
So he called you in there and told you all this stuff. Anything happened? He just started crying.
Well, I mean, he just said that, and then he passes.
Now this is about at least 5-6 years after the Brody incident.
Yeah, right. So then he hands me and Mike a beer, and we start drinking a beer. We're just sitting in the office, and he's just talking. He's just, I guess he's venting. I don't know why he picked us, but he didn't have nobody to vent to or something. I don't know. It was a friendly conversation. He was telling me I did fine. And that's when, remember, I did the backdrop on the field. And he's like, yeah, backdrop every night, amigo, show stealer. Yeah. And he was putting me and Mike over. But, I mean, it was really, really weird. I was like, well, this is weird shit, man. I was like, oh, I don't know. Where's Dutch at? Where's Lord Humongous?
Don't look for me.
Yeah, he's out there eating mosquitoes, fucking Cane's eating mosquitoes, and fucking Dutch is fucking gone, and dude's crying and shit. I'm like, Wolfie flew off the island. I threw up my door. I'm like, and I ain't even had no cocaine by then. I still didn't get none of that good cocaine yet. I was ready to go home, but after that, it was fine.
Okay, so you did cocaine while you were in Puerto Rico?
No.
You didn't?
Of course. It's only $1,200 a kilo. It's $25,000 a kilo in America back then. It was $25,000 a kilo in America back then, and it was $1,200 in Puerto Rico, and it was pure. It was good.
So how much would you get it at a time?
As much as I could get. Because see, I mean, for $50 you would get what cost you $500 in Tennessee. And it was good shit. Me and Brian Lee, I bet we walked 7,000 miles. Fucking snorting bumps up and down the beach. My feet hurt so bad because, for people don't know, first time you get on the beach, this little bitty sand is little bitty rocks. And when you're used to being in Nashville, Tennessee all the time, and you go to the fucking beach and you're barefooted and you snort cocaine, you walk up and down that beach for days, a lot of your feet really hurt, man, because it peels the skin off and all that. It kind of sucks.
James, I didn't know this would be such an educational interview.
Very educational interview. For those who'd ever been to jail or want to do cocaine or walk up down the beach, I'll tell you the goods and the bad.